Alright, cheer, welcome along to our T-Box media coverage of the TTT22, better known of course as the Taupo Thermal Throwdown 2022, a PDGA Pro-Am C-Tier in the beautiful, beautiful Spa Park on the Waikato River. Couldn't think of a better place to spend the weekend, Tope?
No, it was beautiful. And the weather was great as well.
Yeah, doesn't it make a difference? But the nice thing is with this park, it's an all-round good park to play in with the pumice base. Connagh leading the competition with a 52 and a 54.
It's 13 under after the first two.
Skills, Toby Gentil is joining me in commentary. Chuffed to have that. With the first round of 52 and a 58 on the second round. And this time we get to see Francis Orange, a local Wellington player, with a 54 and a 59 on the opening rounds on the Saturday. And we're joined in the top group, or you're joined in the top group, should I say, by Andy Davy, a Lower Hutt player in Wellington with a 54 and a 61 in the second round. As I say, it's a stunning, stunning park to play disc golf in, isn't it? It's a pumice base. Lake Taupo, for those that don't know, is actually a crater from a volcano that went up a long time ago and sprayed pumice all over the place, so it drains beautifully. This is hole one, beautifully presented. If you've watched the first couple of rounds, you'll know there's a Mando tree on the right with the sign on it, so you can't go to the right of that tree.
And I think this was the Ace Challenge hole for the barbecue.
It was as well, yeah. I've got to say the Taupo Disc Golf Club did a fantastic job.
MPO lead card, final round. First on the tee, Connagh McKinstry from Taranaki.
There's our TD, did a brilliant job. Steve Lawson, assisted by Ken Harris, two of the sort of up and going members of the Taupo Disc Golf Club, in fact, inaugural members. Well, look, there's the barbecue. Come on, Connagh, take the barbecue home.
Not in this round.
No, not in this round. A little bit low. Early enough in the morning, though, that it may have got a skip.
Toby Gentil from Auckland.
Can't remember what I did here.
I think we're about to find out, dude. Beautifully presented. They'd borrowed that banner from the local Harriers Club. And it's nice to have all these clubs working in together. Well, the good news is you got round the Mando. No OB out there, no.
No, just a little bit high.
It was a lefty hole too.
Next on the tee, Francis Orange from Wellington.
Francis, in fact, as often as the case, is a little wiry guy, but such a good arm.
Yeah, especially with the sidearm. Good flick on him.
And from when I'd finished my round, I came and watched you guys play a little bit towards the end. Come on over, come on over. Seemed like he had a great attitude too.
Yeah, he did. It was great to play with.
And last on the tee, Andy Davy from Wellington.
And again, I think Andy was just coming off a bit of a cold round in round two, but he's a good player.
Yeah, he is. Got a lot of good skills. And as I was saying in our commentary during round two, he's one of those guys that does have a clock and anti-clock spin, you know, with his backhand and sidearm. All right, we're away. Heading down to putt out hole one. Yeah, competition golf. Just put it under the basket. Smart play. Kind of looks like he's lining up a run. Yeah, I think it was one of those bit of both. I'll have a run, but let me just lob it a bit so it doesn't go too far by. I think that's common. Francis Orange. Check out his style. What's he putting with? He's putting with an orange disc. Oh, good dig!
About it. All of his discs are orange.
Oh, seriously? Yeah. Oh, of course. Silly me, Francis Orange. Seriously?
Yeah. Well, the majority, I think 90%.
Oh, that's great. Now, if I remember correctly, last year at the Classic, I put it in from there. You didn't.
I tried. I was a bit out of breath because I had to go get your disc from the car.
Oh, yeah. I texted you as the round started saying I left a disc in the car. Oh, yeah, I remember that. Sorry about that.
That's alright.
All right. Par for Francis Orange. Par for Connagh McKinstry. Ditto for Toby Gentil. Skills, dude. All right, a round of pars as we head to hole 2. All right, this is a quick look at hole 2. As we take the Paris Halstead drone footage heading down the fairway. Incidentally, you can follow Paris and this drone footage on Instagram, paris.halstead, Halstead. Got to go to the right of that tree again, left of the tree. If you go to the right, it's a penalty, of course. For the speed of play, good idea. There's a drop zone beside the tree, so if you miss the Mando, you just go straight to the drop zone and add a shot. Connagh, big power. Did he get round? Well, he didn't go past it.
Not too bad. I'll try to go a little bit higher here than I did yesterday. See you down the bottom there.
Patiently waiting for my disc. Nice Tobe, nice Tobe. Ooh,
floating with the OB.
Safe. Get the thumbs up from the group ahead. Yeah, that is probably a good idea. We haven't had the Mando, the out of bounds line on the fairway to the next hole, hole 3, before, but it's a good idea. It just keeps you out of there.
Provides a little bit of safety.
Yeah. Good power. Come on, roll over, roll over. Do not go past the red flags.
Whoa.
Bad luck. Alright, as I was saying, that's the OB line. Skied it. Oh dear. Alright, if he's not over the line, then he's got to come back round. Yeah, and he wasn't over the line, so he's now got to fly back round or roll it back round. Ooh, that was cutting a little fine. I bet there was a little bit of clenching, shall we say, going on there. Alright, this is a good example of what you can do. As long as your foot's on the mark, and that's still the closest point to the basket, you can reach like that. Nice work.
Floats it perfectly around there.
Alright, Francis has come in his statutory metre from the OB. And played up to take the bogey. Andy gone into damage control.
I didn't have much angle to play with here.
Yeah, but it looked like a low ceiling. Smart play. Smart play. Especially considering the fact that you'd watched the danger the other guys had got into.
Yeah.
Ay, Connagh. Very unlike him. He putted really well in the first 2 rounds. Fashionista Andy with his matching shirt and glasses. Style, dude. Style. Sponsored by RPM. Francis Orange tapping up for his bogey. Does this mean you were the only one that parred this? Presuming you got that.
Believe so.
Yeah. Well, good on you. You nabbed one back, dude. Alright, 3. It's a tricky hole from back here, but it's a championship course. As you can see, OB line down the left. The flags you see on the right were the OB for the previous hole. So all the way down on the left is OB if you should end up in that scrub.
And there's no OB on the right, but you just
don't want to be here. And the Malcolm Flowers insurance sign there, should you get under that or over that, your OB there as well. A bit of a dirty hole the other side of there as well. And ultimately you want to get round that corner. Now, who was it yesterday we were watching that did that beautiful skip? I don't know if it's been twoed from the back mark before.
Not that I know of.
Yeah.
Josh
from MA1.
Josh Pratt, yeah.
Oh, nice. Was it long enough?
No, it wasn't.
Hey, it wasn't long enough. Like you're thinking, though. If you get far enough in there, there is a back door. But I'm guessing we'll soon find out whether you were far enough in there. Kind of playing safe. Ultimately, if you get down and skip and don't go OB and get to about the tee, which you can just see there on the right hand side, the short tee, it's a great place to be, because from there you're looking straight up at the basket.
Being a par 4, it's a pretty safe place to play for your birdie.
True, but I'm guessing that, like most people I know that are playing this level, will look at this and go, I can three it.
Yeah.
And most people will surely are looking at a birdie on here. Andy with a flick. Will it come over? Yes, it is. It's coming over. Is it long enough? Not quite. Well, you won't be lonely in there, dude.
Exactly.
Connagh driving around the corner. Not quite enough height to float up the gap. A little bit low, but there is a bit of a ceiling, which is probably what he didn't want to take on. Did you talk much to Francis? How long's he played?
I didn't get that information from him, but I think a few years now.
Nicely done. Oh,
as you can see,
very
he's
nicely
pretty experienced.
done. Yeah. I presume he's because he's a upper hut boy, wasn't he? Is he or lower hut rather? Well, he's a Wellington boy. Whether he's from the Hutt Valley or not, I'm not too sure. But whether he plays the short courses or gets out to the golf course. No,
Yeah,
it didn't work. It didn't work.
Andy and I did not have fun in here. Not a lot of option. Trying to get out.
Dude, I know how you feel. I did exactly the same thing. Right before you. Well, in fact, no, it wasn't before you. It was our very last hole. We started in the woods.
Got myself out in 2 though.
Well, 3 actually. Nice putt, Connagh. Nice putt.
First birdie of the round for Connagh.
Yeah, welcome back.
Actually, for all of us. A little bit short there.
You noticed. Oh no! It rubbed off on him. It's a great hole though. I love the addition of these holes. I would love to have used this area when I did the original design on the course, but it was an area the council said that was no go for disc golf, even though it was temporary in those days. All right, hole 3 done and dusted.
Francis picking up a birdie as well.
Yeah, Francis with a birdie. Brilliant.
So, hole 4.
Hole 4, from the back tee, all I'm looking at is getting down somewhere near the short tee, which, as you can see, we're about to fly over on Paris Halstead's drone shot. If only you could fly a disc like you can fly a drone, as in, let me just turn left a little bit and go down this opening. But it doesn't quite work that way with a disc. Paris, nice skills getting that drone through there.
But yeah, I feel like on this hole you're just aiming to.
Yeah,
par.
it's 100 metres, which pretty much everybody is capable of, but there's the occasional obstacle in the way. Oh, like that, for example. Paul on the T-pad cam, nice skills, dude. Paul is the main man from T-Box Media. Does a great job, brilliant. Credit where credit's due. Ooh, that. Yeah, I was
nice.
going to like it, but I thought I shouldn't like it early. Are you looking at down the middle, or are you looking at off to the left with a fade back?
No, down the middle. I just don't like running up when I've got to throw straight.
Oh, that looks good. That looks really good. Nice drive, dude. Oh, Andy.
One place you don't want to be.
His body language is looking just a little bit like, I want to go home. Come on, dig it in. For those outside of New Zealand listening, that bird in the background is a tui, a native New Zealand bird, and it's just beautiful. The RPM putter, the first original RPM putter, is called the tui. T-U-I. Francis Orange with an orange disc. Looking at a skip round the corner. Oh, I could have done with one more wheat picks.
Yeah, the basket itself is pretty heavily guarded as well with the trees.
It is so protected, but I kind of like that. You know, like there's a lot of people going, oh, this ain't golf, this is Bimmin.
Snooker.
Yeah, snooker. But and it's not as if the whole course is like that. I've played courses in the States where they're all exactly like that. Just, 90% of it is in thick wooded areas.
Yeah, I don't mind it too much. You just really have to focus on your release and.
Exactly, it's just not a matter of how hard I can throw it. It's okay, let me just pull back on my power and concentrate on my control a little bit more. Oh, dude, that would have been a nice too.
Oh, it's a little bit awkward. I had a tree.
Yeah, it had a small gap to get through. Oh, bad luck. So good to watch the likes of Connor's face, and here he is here. This is how serious people take the game nowadays, and that's what it's all about. The game is growing and growing, and around the world the purses now for disc golf are increasing all the time. Sponsors are coming on board left, right and centre, starting to get a lot of TV time, and not just on internet TV either. Mainstream TV is showing an interest in our sport, and so they should. It's one of the fastest growing sports in the world. Good putt, solid, good three. Happy with a 3 on there any day. Yeah, don't forget to subscribe to T-Box Media. Click on there and you'll get updates for when new rounds are available for you to view in the comfort of your lounge, or on your cell phone for that matter.
So I think I was the only one to escape with the par there.
Yeah, skills. All right, as we were pointing out in the previous round coverage, this is a new addition to the course. The short tee is probably still about the same length, about 90 metres, but it's, as you can see, in the field on the outside, and it goes down and then ducks into where the basket is. There's a Mando you can see there on the right hand side, which stops you from this tee going out onto the field, which probably a lot of right-handers would take that option. But it's very guarded. But the nice thing about it is there is a left hand and a right hand avenue.
Yeah.
I would presume with you throwing left-handed. Now you're taking the left-handed avenue. So far so good. Ooh, that looks nice. Is that pin high?
I'm not too sure. I think it was just behind it. Or
Nice.
sorry, in front of it.
Now if I remember correctly, he puts us about 20 metres away.
Similar to mine.
Behind some trees, and then does something impressive. 3 out of 3. You're joking, mate.
Much better than the last round.
3 out of 3. Did I speak too soon? Yeah. I love his attitude. I mean, everybody's deadly serious, but it's nice that you can laugh at yourself. I'm really surprised the fact that he threw down that lane, particularly the fact that he was throwing an anti-clock spin. Like he threw a sidearm down the right-hand side, especially after watching all of you. Now watch this closely, if I remember correctly. He's 20, maybe 21 or 22 metres from the hole.
An awkward position.
That's 35 feet or so. And it was dead centre into the change. That was a beautiful putt.
Great too.
Hopefully you were standing behind watching the line. Oh, that was a beautiful putt. Beautiful putt. Let's have another look. Steadied himself up. A straddle putt as well. Nice flick. Didn't miss that tree one much, but beautifully into the right hand side of the change with the clock spin. Exactly what you wanted to do.
See if I can do the same.
Dare you, dude? Dare you? A bit much angle. Bit much angle. I can see why though. I do this. I do a similar thing from time to time when I've got to shoot through trees. Because you think, oh, if I just put this at a bit more an angle, it'll make sure I get through. Oh, okay. Francis ended up behind that stump. Still a great drive. Ah,
Just misses it.
yeah, he's exactly the right height. Went by at chain height. Francis has just come back for a par.
And he manages to save himself a
Yeah,
par.
save himself a par.
I get a par myself.
Nice. All right, good news is you're out of the woods now. You're out of the woods. It was a stunning day, and the nice thing is, for all day yesterday, the Saturday, for the 2 rounds on the Saturday, and again today, not a lot of wind, which was just beautiful. Quite often you get that cold southerly coming from National Park, from the snow-capped mountains,
Over the lake.
across the beautiful Lake Taupo, and then coming through the park. But it was a stunning day. In fact, as you can see, a lot of us just wore t-shirts and shorts. Hole 6, I really like this hole actually. I was with David Keane when we went back to the park to look at what we could do to the course, and that was one of the ones that we came up with coming along the side of the bank there. Quite a nice idea too, I think, shifting this tee forward. Whether it's going to be permanent or not, I don't know. Talking to the club, they talked about it. Because in regular play, this tee is shared with hole 2, so there's an LT in there. But when you get a full field like this, it slows up play a bit, so they put this temporary tee in. But from my understanding, now, remember what happened here yesterday?
Yeah.
Don't do it again.
No, I try not to. I try to hit this tree. Because I feel like if you hit the tree,
You're going to drop right under it, yeah.
Pretty much anywhere under it, yeah. But somehow I miss everything.
That's all right, that's all right. At least you went by the Flying Fox. There's a Flying Fox over that hill about, I don't know, 30 or 40 metres down the hill. Mind you still threed it. And if you're going to have a long-ish putt that you genuinely want to have a run at, you're in the perfect position.
Going uphill.
Uphill with a bit of a backstop, a bank behind it. Francis probably could have gone a little bit wider.
Sitting up the top of that bank we were talking about.
Yep. Andy, pleased to be out of the trees. Well, that's interesting. Very interesting. Had you thought about that as a lefty?
Yeah, I tried that yesterday and went.
Whoa! Hold the bus. Nicely mowing 10-metre line there. He's out of it by maybe 3 metres. 13 or 14 metre putt back uphill.
That was the line I was trying to take yesterday, but ended up going.
Yeah, shanking it a little. Oh, okay. Yeah, smart play. Oh, you're joking, mate. Oh, that's not too bad.
Yeah, I wasn't too sure what I was trying there.
Sometimes, particularly in competition golf, I find it's quite good to make up your mind before you throw. Pass over. Beautiful. I had total faith in you.
I didn't.
Never say that. It went in. It was exactly what you planned. Connagh, birdie. Nice drive to get to there. Were you consciously thinking about the gap between you and Connagh? Oh, Francis, a bit cash.
Not overly, being honest.
Just out there to enjoy yourself in the park.
Yeah, I wanted to see how the first sort of few holes went, and they didn't go too well.
Yeah,
for me.
that's exactly my theory. If you're behind by 2 or 3, and it is the final round, then just suss out to find out how on form whoever's ahead of you is, because occasionally they can come back to meet you, but if they're not going to come back to meet you, then you've got to start taking some risks. All right, this is the Be Gentil hole. Please be gentle with me. 136 metres. It's about 100 metres probably to the trees, and then you can see the short basket there. But you guys are shooting to the longer basket over the hill. To the right, OB, you can see those flags, OB all along there. Not a place you want to go. A, it's going to cost you a stroke, and B, if you're more than a metre in there, you're down a steep bank. And if you overshoot this, you're down a steep bank too, as we saw yesterday.
Bank.
Yeah. Gave it enough angle not to worry too much about that OB line, and if he skips forward and up, ooh, did it stay in?
He did stay in.
He did stay in. It kind of is the place to be, though. That bigger gap on the right hand side where the walking and cycling track goes through is a handy place to be, because it takes that line of Pinus radiatus out of the way. Oh boy, you punched through there, dude. Wow. You took out the spotter.
Almost. I'd like to know where I would have been if that climbing.
If you had had that,
wasn't
yeah, I
there,
reckon you would have slid right up there. Nice. All you want to do really here is, if you're not going to be through those trees, you just want to have those trees out of the way and not to be snookered behind one of them. If you're parked right up against it, because your next shot is not particularly a hard shot, being only 30 metres or so to the hole, but you want to concentrate totally on putting it handy, as opposed to going too far, or for that matter going too short and having a 10, 12, 15 metre putt at the basket, but with that big
backdrop,
rolling hill behind.
Yeah. Must
have just gone 10 o'clock, the gun club started. Oh, he was OB.
No, he wasn't.
He's just coming in a statutory metre. Oh, okay. I love that little sign behind him. It's telling you that there's a danger there, and it's got a picture of a guy upside down falling off the hill. can only presume he's trying to put this underneath, which is the smartest thing to do.
And does so.
Yeah, and does it beautifully. You see the sign? That's so funny. Gets its message across, I suppose. Now, Andy, I doubt whether much he's going for it. He's just going, please let me not roll down the hill. Yep. Now, you've got to be tempted. No?
No.
Not at all.
No.
Oh, good on you. That's what competitions golf is about, having to make those decisions.
If I had skipped that little bit extra, I think
Nice
I would
birdie
have-
for Francis. Just another reminder, of course, subscribe to T-Box Media. The more subscribers we get, the better sponsors we get, of course. And also you'll get updates when coverage of more rounds become available. Nice. Oh, was that a birdie? Seriously, is that his drive? Oh, it was par 4 for you guys,
It was
wasn't it?
par 4, so yeah.
Oh, okay, so a few of you
Everyone
birdied.
everyone did.
Of course. All right, on the fly through of hole 8, 158 metres. I'm sure I said it last time when we were covering the previous round, but walking around the park numerous times, this was one of those holes that just had to happen, really. It was just beautiful. One or two of the pine trees that used to be in this group in the middle here that we're going through now have come down, and I had the basket just behind the last one, and then when we set the temporary course up after the tree came down, I shifted it pretty much to where it is. It's a little bit of a dangerous position, not a big roll away, but it's on the edge of a little bit of a roll away, which is something you have to take into account. Beautiful tee pad. Connagh, nice. We went a bit high, but that gives him a nice angle for approach as long as he's not behind the trees. I think he's thinking he's behind the trees.
Yeah.
Okay, you're a lefty, so you're going to take that same line, but hopefully you're going to give it enough angle to come back a bit. Like that. Oh, beautiful. You're, I don't know, maybe 25 metres short, so you just threw 130 metres. And it didn't even look like you put in any effort. All right, Andy, another person capable of getting his disc right down there. Will it come back for him? No, held its line. Oh, he got through, so have a look. He'll have a good look from there. Francis with a orange disc out. Ooh, interesting. It looked planned as well.
Yeah, I think
Big
it
hyzer
was.
shot out over the the nasty area.
It actually worried all of us. We thought he
Yeah.
he wasn't trying to. It didn't look like he was lining up that, but
Weirdly enough, when I'm being a right-hander too, I've often looked at that on the tee, and I think if there was a breeze coming from right to left, I might take it on. But there's a tree halfway down that is just waiting there to catch you. All right, just outside the 10. Nice up. This is a par 4. All you guys, I suspect, should be looking at birdieing this hole. Connor's second shot. He's got a bit of an opening, but he's got to get an ante through the gap and have it come back. Didn't come back enough.
no, unfortunately.
But Connor is capable, very capable of putting from outside the 10. He's only a couple of metres outside. And he got good distance on his putt, on his drive, should I say. This will be interesting because as this area that's been planted out where Andy is,
That's
and
nice.
Connor was as well, starts to grow, it will be an area in the not too distant future where you don't want to be. Alright, this means you got the longest drive, dude.
Yeah, I had another sort of, I don't know, an awkward distance that I didn't know what to do.
Yeah, that'll teach you for being such a good driver. That happens to me on the odd occasion when I do get a good drive away and I find myself thinking, I've never been this close to the basket before, what do I do? 13 metre putt. Oh,
most
good
cases.
dig. Good dig.
In hindsight, I should have done the same thing, like a jump putt with a mid-range, my Cody maybe. But
Yeah.
next time.
Oh. Oh, jeez, Louise. Didn't quite stick.
It's on the right side too.
Yeah, it was.
Weird.
Just didn't grab enough chain, I guess. Possibly lack of spin.
Never.
That's normally the reason you don't grab enough chain. Nice. He's got such a casual putt. It looks so casual, but I'm sure there's a lot of brain power going into it, but it works for him.
Great birdie for Andy there.
Yeah, it was.
Believe the rest of us round out with pars.
Joel Way on the catch cam in the background there. Off to the next hole. And you guys are off to the next tee, up the hill, yeah. So the basket the guys have just shot to is down there on the right. You can see that as we fly over, and then you walk up to the top of the hill. Probably takes you up 15 metres above ground level.
Yeah.
That area to the right of the guy walking there is great. Nowadays it was such a big bramble patch. I remember the guys from Tamanuri, when they used to come over to play, would bring slashes and boards just to be able to retrieve discs in there. Everybody come back after a round covered in blood and scratches. This is the combination of two of the holes that I designed on the course. The first one used to go down short and then you'd shoot up into this, and I kind of like the idea of shooting from up here. I'm glad this has been reintroduced. The guy from the council, when he came to have a look at it, the club guys were telling me, Steve and Ken, that when they took him to the park and said this is what we want to do, he just sat there and looked at it for a while and went, whoa, yeah, there's your signature hole. But I would actually prefer the next hole to be the signature hole, which is what I designed it as, the one down to the point when you go right down to the water. I think that's sort of the signature hole, but this is a great hole. Oh, will it come back, dude?
No.
Not enough.
I don't know.
Weirdly enough, out to the left hand side there where you are is probably a better approach. It gives you an open look at the hole.
Yeah.
Did Francis actually have any other coloured discs in his bag, or just orange?
A few, but
Okay, we haven't seen him throw anything but orange yet, but that's kind of logical.
he wanted to stay orange, and I think he's replacing anything that isn't orange anyway.
Okay, you weren't far enough out to the left to actually make that gap. Oh, you found a gap! Nicely done. Put you within putting range for a birdie.
Just trying to push myself up and over.
Connagh with the roller. Oh,
Seeing that back, it
didn't flip over.
yeah, it sort of got caught in a root.
Okay.
I think it took quite a bit of its.
It's one of the courses we play around the country that does suit rollers, and even not in the height of summer, a lot of the courses you really want firm, hard ground, but this is always mowing. Always looks good, putting himself inside the 10.
Francis with the best drive out of us.
Yeah, that's a handy place to be. Can he cash in? Yes, he can. Thank you very much. Uphill, backstop, what are you doing?
I think I'm going for it.
Yes, you are. Oh, good dig.
Hit something.
It's just that sort of distance where you're debating going for it or laying up. Well, we've talked about his casual putt, and I was saying it works for him, but sometimes it doesn't. Francis, nice.
Getting one back and breaking even for the first 9.
Nice work. He's got a nice putting style too, as young people do, with that being able to use the wrist.
A lot of spin, yeah.
He puts good spin on it. We play a lot of casual golf, and most people we play with respect what's going on, but it's really nice in competition to be playing with people that will stand still where you're shooting or not stand behind your line, or do you know what I mean? And it's nice.
It is always nice.
Alright, that's the front 9. Connagh -2. You're sitting on even. Francis is even, and Andy Davy +1. And we take a beautiful look at the stunning Spa Park in Taupo. Thanks so much to our sponsors for being part of our great sport. It's looking at the new start-finish area for the Taupo Disc Golf Course in Spa Park as you drive in on the right-hand side. We'll be back in the not-too-distant future with coverage of the back 9 of the final round of the TTT22, the Taupo Thermal Throwdown.